Today, Saturday, the 11th of January 2025, we have some hand-picked match prediction events to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And before we begin sharing this game with you, of course, we have some quick announcement to make. If you come here at the front page of our channel, on this area that says Home tab, by clicking on it, you're going to see videos based on match predictions we provide to members only. We provide games based on corner kicks as well as 1.5 and 2.5 goal match picks predictions, which we share to our members only, as you can see here. And for you to access our hand-pick event, especially games for the weekend, based on 1.5 and 2.5 goals, as well as corner kick event with huge odds to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure that you join the Level 2 Pro Plan membership package and start to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. Also, members of the Level 2 Pro Plan have access to game tutorials or video tutorials like corner kick strategy, which we provide, bet winning strategy to win consistently, and also others such as never seen soccer bet strategy and many more. Once you're a member of the Level 2 Pro Plan, you're going to have access to top-notch betting tutorials where you can learn to improve your skills and take advantage of it, which you can have that chance to find games and include them in your sleep as well. Recently, we also published a video titled as Game Changer Corner Kick Strategy Being Reviewed. In this tutorial, we have reviewed our top secret website as well as strategy which we use to find corner kick event that have been giving us consistent winning, as you have seen based on the slip ticket we have been sharing over and over with you. And to those who want to access this video tutorial, you must make sure to become a member of the Level 3 Master Plan so that you're going to access this particular video tutorial to reveal all the secret we have shared there and start to use it for your own advantage. So without wasting time, I also want to share with you that you can come to this video tab, as you can see here, and recently we have just published another epic video tutorial which is free. We have titled it as 5 hidden, as you can see, Sofascore features to win more bet. Inside here, we have revealed the 5 Sofascore features which you can learn and start to use it for your advantage and start to find some picks to include in your sleep following this strategy. So you don't want to miss, you want to make sure you also watch this video tutorial to the end and learn something new. And to those of you who want to join to become either a member of the Level 2 Pro Plan or Level 3 Master Plan, then of course you want to make sure to go ahead to access the link below this video. Join either Level 2 or Level 3 depending on the features you want. And depending on what plan you want to join, either the Level 2 Pro Plan or the Level 3 Master Plan, you're going to have access to different features. For the Level 2 Pro Plan, you have access to a hand-pick event based on top list of goals, match prediction picks, as well as corner kick, and access to some strategy, that is bet strategy tutorial to learn something new, which we have reviewed. But the Level 3 Master Plan will give you access to our top-notch and epic video tutorial that reveals most of our secret and top website, which we use to find games, especially corner kicks event, as well as match predictions, which we also use some AI tools at some level to find games easily with just some few clicks and make consistent win with the advantage of those AI tools. To those of you who want to join, you're going to decide what level plan you're going to access. And once you join, we'll provide to you, you can access all those videos inside of the Home tab and select the videos which we'll share with you. So without wasting time, I'll begin with the first game of today's list. And before we proceed to the event of today, of course, I'll first of all want to share with you the game event slip we have for yesterday. So congratulations based on yesterday's event. Let's begin with sharing the list of what we have on yesterday's event. So congratulations on yesterday's event. We actually predicted a total of about 11 games, and out of these 11, 2 games were being postponed. So 9 games were running, and out of these 9, we have all the 9 events as successful. So congratulations to those of you who followed these picks yesterday. So I'll share with you this event. The first here was in the Mexico Liga MX Women. We look at Toluca women to win and also 1.5 and 2.5 goals, successful. The next was in the Bangladesh Premier League, where we look at brothers to win and also at least 1.5 and 2.5 goals. It ended as 4-1. A total of 5 goals. Brothers had a win and goals was possible. Congratulations, that was also successful. The next was in the Indian IW League Women. We looked at East Bengal against Kickstart. We looked at least 1.5 goals. It was successful. The next was in the Israel Liga Aleph North, where we looked at 1.5 and 2.5 goals. That is Nazareth against Kirat Atta. It was successful. 6 goals were scored. The next was in the Myanmar National League, where we look at Dagon against Dagon Port. We said that Dagon is going to win and also the possibility of at least 1.5 goals or 2 goals over. Both of the cases were successful. Congratulations. The next was in the Liga Aleph of Israel South, Tesat Tira against Hapior Hezila. We looked at 1.5 or 2.5 goals. It ended as 3 successful. The next was in the Bangladesh Premier League. We looked at Bashindara Kings against Fakipul YMC, and we looked at 1.5 or 2.5 goals. Successful. It ended as 5 goals. The next was in the Saudi Arabia Premier League, Ahila against Eastern Flame. We looked at Ahila to lead, successful, and also at least 1.5 goal in full time. Successful. The next was in the Premier League of Bahrain, where we looked at Al Halidaya against Bahrain SC. We looked at least 1.5 or 2.5 goals. It ended as 3. It was also successful. So the 2 events that were being postponed was Mata FA Trophy Cup Siren against Kirindi, and the next postponed event was in the Scotland Lowland League, Hearts against Gala. So all the events here were successful. So congratulations. And now we have games to share with you for today. So let's begin. So now, of course, let's begin with the first game of our today's list. Looking here at the first event, we'll look at Australia in the A-League. The match between Melbourne City against Brisbane Roar. For this event, the recent performance of Melbourne City have proved to be very offensive. They have had 2 events recently where they have scored at least 2 goals in each event. The opponent, on the other hand, also from the A-League, proved to be very conceding, and the defensive line is not good. The recent head-to-head which they met, these 2 teams, Melbourne play at the way it lead by 4-1, making a total of at least 5 goals. This time, these 2 are still coming to meet. And looking at the performance in terms of the stands, Melbourne at home by form comparison, Melbourne proved that they are good in terms of goal scoring, and the defensive line is also not strong. That of its opponent, on the other hand, as well, also proved that the defensive line is very weak with an average goal score rate. And looking at this, we are looking at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, of course, both of the 2 side defense are not tight, and each of the 2 will take advantage of their weak defense to either have 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. So we look at least 1.5 goals or 2 goals over in this event in full time. Looking at the next here, we'll look at England in the FA Cup, Liverpool against Accrington. For this event, Liverpool recently, especially based on the recent event they have had in the Premier League, have proved that they are good, scoring at least 3, 2, and 5 goals in each event. The opponent is from the League 2, as you can see. Their defensive line is not good. They concede a lot. And of course, looking at the recent stance of Liverpool at home, especially the home performance, Liverpool is always very good at home, scoring at least 2 to 3 goals in each event. Accrington, on the other hand, is not a very defensive team, especially the fact that they are from the League 2. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. Recently, Liverpool have performed greatly in the Premier League based on recent events they have had. And since its opponent is from the League 2, which defense is not very tight, we want to look at Liverpool to either lead in full time as one of the major picks, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking here at the next, we'll look at England in the League 2, a match between Walsall against Tranmere. For this event, Walsall recently, in terms of the recent event they've had, proved that they are very offensive based on recent events, scoring at least 2 goals in each event. The opponent, on the other hand, from the League 2 as well, is not a very defensive team, and they are not very good. They have recently just had a game, and of course, Walsall had a loss against Tranmere. This time, Walsall, with a very good form, is coming home. And looking at the stand comparison in terms of form, by the home and away performance, Walsall proved that they are very good recently, scoring 10 goals in 5 events at home with 4 lead for 5 games played. Its opponent, on the other hand, based on the way the defensive line for its opponent is not very tight. This time they have a very weak defense, and we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the first head-to-head which they have just recently had, the home team with a very good defense had a lose. This time, the offensive power of the home team is very good, and the fact that it had a loss in the last head-to-head against this opponent, of course, it is going to take that revenge. So we want to look at Walsall to add a lead in full time as one of the major picks, and we also want to look at least the possibility of 1.5 goal in this event in full. Looking at the next, we'll look at Scotland in the Premiership, Ross County against Celtic. For this event, of course, the recent performance of the home have proved that, of course, the score at least between two goals in each event, and its opponent as well, on the other hand, is a very good striking team. The recent head-to-head, these two teams met. Celtic play at home, it lead by 5-0. This time it is going away. And looking at the stand comparison in terms of the form by the home and away, Celtic, the away team, of course, proved that they are very good here, scoring 7 goals of 5 events played. The opponent, Ross County, as well, on the other hand, based on the home game played, proved that they are not very tight in defense. This time, they are still coming to meet and want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, the recent head-to-head, which they have just had, Celtic had a lead by 5-0 when it was at home. This time, it is going away, and was its opponent, Ross County, is coming home. As a result, we want to improve this time and trying every possibility to block most of the shoot caused by Celtic since it is coming home. And since Celtic is very good in terms of shoots on and off target, and this time the home want to block to not cause too much goal this time, there will be more corner kick. So we are looking at Celtic to have at least 3.5 or 4 corner kicks in full time, and as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. So we look at two choices. One, the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. 2, the possibility of Celtic, which is the way to have at least 3.5 corner kicks or at least 4 corner kicks in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at England in the FA Cup, Chelsea against Morecambe. This event, Chelsea recently, especially at home, have proved that they are very good at home, scoring at least 2 to 5 goals in each event. The opponent, on the other hand, based on the way game played, is from the League 2. As you can see, the offensive power is not very good. And looking at everything in place here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, Chelsea, the home team, is more offensive, especially when they come at home. And since its opponent is from the League 2, we want to look at Chelsea to take that advantage and upper hand against teams that are lower from the league table. So we are looking at Chelsea to lead against its opponent, which is from the League 2, with the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, Ajax against Waalwijk. For this event, the recent performance of Ajax recently have proved to be very offensive, scoring 2 goals in each event. But the opponent, on the other hand, is not a very offensive team, and the defensive line is not very tight. The recent head-to-head they just had, where Ajax played at the way and lead by 2-0. This time, Ajax is coming home. And looking at the stand's performance in terms of form by recent game played, Ajax have proved to have a good stand here, scoring 11 goals in 5 events, leading 4 at home. Its opponent, on the other hand, of course, based on the defensive line, is not a very tight defensive team. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, Ajax is more offensive. And since the defensive line of the away is not very tight, we want to look at Ajax to take that advantage or upper hand to lead in full time, or just the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we'll look at England in the FA Cup, Leeds against Harrogate. This time, Leeds, of course, based on recent events they have had, especially at home, proved that they are very good, scoring at least 4-3-1 goal in each event. They are from the Championship, but Harrogate, on the other hand, is from the League 2, and the performance recently has not been great. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, Leeds is from the Championship. Its opponent is from League 2, and Leeds have been performing very greatly in recent events they have had. So we are looking at Leeds to either win in full time or to give it a double chance, as well as just the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time. Looking at the next, we look still in the England FA Cup, but this time Man City against Salford. Man City recently have proved to be very good in terms of recent event in the Premier League. Its opponent is from the League 2, and its offense have been good, but it is a lower league team. Looking at the performance of Man City at home, they proved to be good recently. The Salford at the way is not a very tight defensive team, especially the fact that they are from the League 2. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, of course, we want to look at the possibility of the home team to lead in full time as one of the major picks. We with just the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next here, we look at Greece in the Super League, Olympiacos Paris against Aris. The recent performance of the home have proved to be good in terms of recent game played. The opponent on the away recently have conceded a lot, and looking at the recent head-to-head, Aris lead by 2-1. This time, Olympiacos with the better form is coming home and Aris is going away. Looking at the recent stands in terms of gameplay they have had by form, Aris, that is Olympiacos, the home team, have proved that this time they are very good with a high striking power, scoring 12 goals for 5 events and 4 lead for 5 gameplay. The opponent, on the other hand, this time, of course, does not have that great defense. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, of course, we want to look at the home team Olympiacos to lead. Since the recent head-to-head they just had, it had a loss against its opponent. This time, it is having a very good form. And the fact that it's going to take that revenge based on the last game play, we are looking at Olympiacos, the home team, to lead, or as well as 1.5 goal in full time. And this make a total of 9 game events we have shared with you. You want to make sure to go ahead to find your picks in the list to boost your winning by a greater percent. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.